body count, 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 Jean-Claude, body count, body count, Universal Soldier, body count.
Hey guys, this is Rippy Communications. Welcome to my review of Universal Soldier. Now, this DVD, it's a solid DVD by Lionsgate. I think it was originally Artisan who released this, but Lionsgate probably re-released it. I don't really care for this cover art's okay, but it's obviously photoshopped. If you look at the top, those aren't the right, you know, those heads are cropped off somebody else, some other film, and put on the. In all honesty, the head of Dolph. Nah, it's not the same one from Army of One. But basically, it just really looks pretty Photoshop. But it's, you know, Lionsgate's done worse, that's for sure. This is the film that basically put Roland Emmerich on the map. Roland Emmerich, up until this point, was just known for lesser-known films like Joey, Making Contact, and Moon 44. Moon 44, I like the film okay, but it does have some pacing issues and some other problems. But it's still a decent film. But it's no Universal Soldier. Universal Soldier, in my opinion, I like the film. I don't know if I really could say that I love it, but I guess I could. I mean, it's not the problems that I have with this film are not nearly as many issues that I have with Universal Regeneration, which, you know, may God have mercy on that film when I finally get to that piece of shit, because my God, that movie sucks. So Universal Soldier is like an absolute masterpiece compared to Regeneration. It's better than the sequel to The Return, definitely. But it's not, in my opinion, it's not even, you know, in the documentary, Guns, Jeans, and Fighting Machines, which is a very fun documentary. It basically, one of the guys was saying, oh, I really think it's Van Damme's best film. I don't think so. Because Van Damme, and this is not, I cannot call Universal Soldier a Van Damme film. Solely just a Van Damme film. I can't call it just solely a Lundgren film either. This is an ensemble piece. This is like, you know, example, you know, Face Off isn't just a Travolta film or a Cage film. It's a Travolta and a Cage film. You know, it's an ensemble piece. And it's a very solid one of the best out there. In my opinion, you know, I don't like it as much as Broken Arrow, but I like it more than Face Off. But, just very, you know, the film, Universal Soldier, pretty simple plot. It was released in 1992. The big fanfare. It made a lot of money. It made over $100 million. It was a big hit for Carlico. And it solidified their reputation as one of the, basically the first independent film releasing company out there to make a shit ton of money. And it was made for $23 million, and it made $101 million worldwide. Made a $10 million opening weekend, which is pretty solid. So it made its money. I mean, it did. So it wasn't a flop or anything, hence why it has these features, and hence why it got sequels and things like that. But basically the gist of the film, you have the opening of the film, you have Luke Devereaux and Andrew Scott. Andrew Scott is Dolph Lundgren. And Dolph Lundgren plays this, he's the general, and the flashback starts up with a flashback of Vietnam. And he's lost his mind, he's gone fucking nuts. He's traitor. You know, he's basically, you see the shot, he's got all these ears around his neck, and it's just he's just gone loco. So you basically have the whole beginning of these two Scott and Devereaux's, feud. Andrew Scott basically goes in and is telling Van Damme, kill this gook traitor. That's an order, soldier. And he's like, no. And then it was like, you will do as you were told. It's like, all right, traitor. And then you get the thing where he's about to shoot. He throws a grenade. One of these, he manages to, like, sucker punch Lundgren, letting one of the Vietnamese captives, run away. And then Van Damme's like, run! And then he throws a grenade and gets blown up. And then basically they get back up, after, Van Damme he's pissed off and pulls out his gun, and Lundgren pulls out his gun, and they basically shoot each other. And the beginning of the film is actually, I always like this, and that's what one of the writers said, like, how are we going to open this film? How about we just kill Van Damme and Lundgren right off the bat? And it was like, whoa. It's really shocking. And you get this great shot of when the body bags are being zipped up, Van Damme's dead body zipped up, zip, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then Dolph Lundgren, zip, Dolph Lundgren. You're like, Universal Soldier. You're like, yes, we're now that's how you open a movie. That's kick-ass. The score by Christopher Frank is decent as best. It's not really that memorable. But basically then you get introduced to the present day, the UniSol project, headed by Edo Ross, who was the villain in Red Heat, but minus the goatee. He plays Colonel Perry. Then he introduced also to Ali Walker, who plays his reporter, Veronica Roberts. I really like the scene when she finally gets on. She's late to the set, and she's there, and she's got her blouse kind of open. And the guy's like, "Your blouse? Oh." And she's still got a cigarette, she's got sunglasses? Oh, yeah. She's got a cigarette in her mouth. It's like, cigarette? Oh, sorry. Right, you're on in 2 seconds. It was kind of funny. At first, the first time I saw this film, I really wasn't keen on her character. But this time around, I really did like her character. It had she was basically kind of snarky and kind of fun. She reminded me of the actress Jolie Fisher, actually, who was in the sitcom Till Death. So basically, the rest of the plot, the Universal Soldiers, Van Damme and Lundgren, Scott and Devereaux are brought back to life as UniSols. Basically, their dead bodies were reanimated. Their flesh was reanimated. No, not by Herbert West, just reanimated. Even though there's this stuff that gets injected into their necks, there's just like some serum to erase their memories. It looks exactly like the reanimation serum. It's got the same color and everything. So basically, I really like the idea. A lot of people say it was just a Terminator. I don't see how this is the Terminator. That's the biggest issue I have, is like people call this a Terminator ripoff. And I'm like, how is this a Terminator ripoff? Well, they get shot and they still, keep going. Well, they're not robots. That's the big issue. Terminators are cyborgs. UniSols aren't cyborgs. They're like reanimated they're like zombies. They're like zombie soldiers. If anything, I thought I was approaching original idea. I didn't think it was really that much of a ripoff on the Terminator at all. If you're going to go to ripoffs, I thought the end chase with the UniSol truck and Lundgren was kind of taken a little bit from The Hitcher, but still being its own chase. But you can definitely see some influence there. But I didn't see a ripoff in the Terminator at all. I really didn't. Maybe that's just me. But anyway, basically, I like the idea that the UniSols, they overheat and have to be cooled down, and that was a good touch. So basically, the rest of the film is just, basically, Devereaux, who's, now he's just known as GR, GR 44, and Dolph Lundgren just known as GR 13. Devereaux starts getting his memory back after they go on this mission, which is great stunt here. Real people walking down the Hoover Dam. It's just, you watch that sequence, you're just in awe. You're like, oh my god, what an amazing stunt. How dangerous must have that been, some guy walk down the freaking Hoover Dam. So you have other supporting cast who are the other UniSols. Ralf Moeller, Conan the Adventurer. He was also in Best of the Best 2. He actually plays one of the UniSols. Well, Tiny Lister also plays one of them, if I remember correctly. And basically, they're sent on this mission to take out these hostages. You know, there's a hostage situation, and they take care of it nice and clean and get, you know. And, you know, Ed Ross is thinking, all right, I got something going. The UniSols, we're going to... And then there's a scenario which starts to remind, you know, the hostage situation, which gives Van Damme a flashback of what happened in Vietnam. And then Lundgren's about to shoot somebody, and then Van Damme's like, no, you know, and then he's like, oh, he malfunctions. Dolph Lundgren's the first one actually that malfunctions first and doesn't do anything. And Ed Ross is like, I'm still going to keep him online. This point, then the reporter, Allie, she ends up basically, she goes in and sneaks into the compound with the UniSols, gets some